Hey everybody, it's Brittany and Lindsay live from ETA Hand to Mind. Happy Wednesday. We are so excited to walk you through a lesson from our first grade Hands-on Standards Number and Operations book. Today's lesson is called Double the Fun, and it is going to go over using strategies to add and subtract within 20. So as you can see, we start out with a little vocabulary support for the teacher, which is great to help out those little ones that need a little extra, especially with our ELL friends. Great resource for the teacher. Also gives you a introduction to set the stage with the students, and it gives you the what to say, what to ask, some great pointers for teachers, as well as some warm-up options. We're going to jump past that and go to the Explore section, where we're going to introduce this concept to the whole class. And what I love on this page is not only does it start with what you're going to do, it also shows you what materials you need. So you're not grasping around in that closet full of manipulatives. You know exactly what you need.
Okay, so let's walk through this. As you can see here, the Explore part of this lesson is meant for whole class. Later on, it does give you anything you would need to explain and elaborate, as well as to evaluate your students. Let's see what we would do with everybody. Okay, you're going to distribute snap cubes of 2 colors, and then you're going to present your kiddos with this problem. I'm going to go ahead and take my 2 colors of snap cubes so that I have them ready. And here's our problem. Erin says she can use a doubles fact to help solve 5 plus 6. Use your cubes to show whether she is right or wrong, and then find the sum. And here you can tell right away, this is not just asking the students what is 5 plus 6 or what is a double strategy. They have to think, they have to defend their answer, and they have to be able to model it. So you want the children to share what they have found. They might observe that while it is not exactly a double, it is close. And sometimes people will call this a doubles plus 1. So, you know, you would hope that your students, and you may need to guide or model for them at first, what would the nearest doubles be? Okay, so if you were doing a doubles plus 1 strategy, you would take 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the double of that would, of course, be another 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know 5 plus 5 equals 10. So knowing that, what would 5 plus 6 be? Well, we know that 6 is just 1 more than 5, so 5 plus 6, instead of being 10, would be 11. Okay? Another way that you could do this is if your students knew that 6 plus 6 was a double strategy. And then you could sort of work backwards and say, we know that 6 is 1 more than 5, so if we had 5 plus 6, we would just take one of those away. And 1 less than 12, because 6 plus 6, that doubles equals 12. 1 less would be 11. The great part is you'll see that different students gravitate towards the different double strategies, and the important part is having them model it and then explain it. So you're going to go ahead and talk them through some other math concepts here, having them explain why this fact is called a doubles plus 1. If you were working backwards, you could do a doubles minus 1. It may depend on what your students suggest as their solution. Is there another doubles plus 1 fact that you could make from 5 plus 5? Or 6 plus 5? And how can you show this fact with cubes? So as you see, you're just guiding your students to think beyond even the problem that you initially started with. And you could work from there. If your kiddos are really getting into it, which I think they will, some of your students are going to want to do lots of different doubles. So you may have them take 2 more different colors and work on 7 plus 7, and then you could do 7 plus 8, or move on to your 6s. That's the great part about these activities, is that it gets you started, and then there's so much more you can do. And speaking of that, you want to make sure that if you need to go back with the whole class to explain, elaborate, or evaluate, we have everything you need here: talking points, questions, and activity pages. And then, of course, to follow up any of that whole group instruction, we have instructional guide for you here for your small groups, which is where you can really get into reinforcement for students that maybe need some things re-explained and extra practice, or some extensions for your students in your class that may have a pretty good grasp already of their doubles facts and how you can extend that and give them additional practice.
Thanks so much, Lindsay. And just a little fun tidbit. These snap cubes are a product of ETA hand2mind. When I was teaching, we called them linking cubes too. So lots of different names for them. Great resource that you can use in first grade and actually any other grade. Thank you all for joining us today. We hope you have a fabulous rest of the week, and we'll see you next week.
And stay tuned, because these are our manipulatives of the month. So we're featuring lots of ideas for them, including not only math but also STEM activities on all of our social media channels. You can follow us at ETA hand2mind. And on Friday, we'll be giving away some of these bad boys, so be sure to tune in and enter to win.
So exciting. Bye, everybody.